Alright, hi guys. So here is a presentation of newest toolbox. Let's execute. Small splash screen for a short period, and we are in main menu. From here you can select module, and there is a top bar which is visible throughout all the application. On the left your transmitter battery status and currently selected model. Let's go to a dashboard then. So this is the first screen you can see after installing, and as you can see, nothing much going on here. That's because we haven't discovered telemetry. If you press telemetry, if you press enter to see the telemetry, toolbox will say discover telemetry sensor. So let's do it. Long press to exit application, and once being in main menu, you press menu button and then page, and then we go through all tabs until we find telemetry. All right, so here you have discover new sensors. Let me power my test rig. It's powered. All right, so we have rig powered, and just press discover sensors. As you can see, all sensors were discovered. There are asterisks showing you that data is coming, so we can go back to toolbox. To do that, at least at X9D, you long press menu, so we are in tools, and then you find the toolbox. Fly me to the moon toolbox. Okay, let's go. The change is that now toolbox discovered our RC link is crossfire and showing you it's active. So let's go to dashboard, and we've got all the telemetry data. So let me do some small overview. On the left side is let's say power area, so you can see your quad pack, LiPo or Lion pack status. It's 4S with total voltage now 14.5, 14.6, and average voltage of cell like 3.7. It's blinking because the alarm is set for 3.7. Let me increase a little bit the voltage. All right, so we don't have any alarms anymore. All right, so here is as I said previously, transmitter battery status, and in fact this is taken from the Open or HTX settings. Whatever you set, like alarms and voltage scope, it's read from there and it's presented as an indicator. Here is a visual indicator of your quad pack. 4S, as I said previously, total voltage and average cell voltage, right? Of course, your selected model name here. Here's the indicator of your VTX. Remember, it works only with certain RC links. I mean, for now, September 2021, it's Crossfire and Ghost. Here is an arm indicator and gyro mode indicator, current date and time, arm time and throttle indicator. As I'm moving throttle, you can see there is a bar and a numeric value indicator. FT stands for full throttle. As you can see, telemetry changed for error because once the throttle is applied, you cannot arm quad. If I take throttle down, it will allow me to arm. Let me show you the gyro mode. Right, horizon and stabilized. All right. So in this state, it means quad is not armed. Let me arm quad. I have pre-arm. Yeah. Went inverted. That means basically now it's armed. Let me disarm. Now you can see it's disarmed. Moreover, once armed, the arm timer starts to count. Once again, 10, 11, it's counting arm time. Okay, let me disarm once again. Here is VTX, so you can see the channel name, it's currently R8. The power that VTX is transmitting and the frequency of selected channel. When the VTX indicator is in inverted state, it means VTX is transmitting. I have configured the pit mode on the switch, so I can show you. I will switch off VTX, and in a second the VTX indicator will go off. That means now it's not active. It's either in pit mode or, like with the Ghost, it's transmitting with 1 milliwatt or 0 milliwatt. Let me power on. Again, yes, it's on and it's transmitting. Good. What next? On the right hand side, we have information about RC link. So, as I said previously, here is an indicator of RC link type. It's XF, so crossfire, and it's active. Here is a sensor we use to show the value. It's RQ quality, RQLY, and I don't think I can present now if the bar is changing because we are very close, but this bar of course goes down. Here is an RC link speed, so this is mode 2 now, 150 Hertz, and of course numeric value of this sensor, that means RQLY. What else in dashboard? If you want to see full telemetry sensors, you just press enter, and then you have raw values of every telemetry sensors. You can see flight mode is air. If I switch to horizon, it will be horizon. There is a battery percentage and capacity, which means how much juice was used. Current, I don't have motors connected, so it is 0 now, and all receiver telemetry. So those 4 are taken from flight controller, while the previous, like RSNR and RQLY, are taken from receiver. What else? If you press menu, there is a thing called quick menu. Here you can, in dashboard, you have 2 features. we can reset timers. Now it's 0. Or we can mute alerts off. Mute alerts. It's off now. I can set it to on. And there is a small icon showing you that all alerts, audible alerts, are off. You will be not distracted by those alerts. It's useful especially when you are working on a bench and you know the voltage is low and you don't want to hear, or in the night when you're working and the rest of family is sleeping. All right, so this is simple overview. There is one more feature, which is throttle limiter. It's not presented here. I can show you. However, I can show you this. I have configured on my S2 potentiometer, so I can limit the throttle to certain percentage, right? Like 66. Only 2/3 of the throttle is applied now. But I will come back to this during configuration. So next module is config. Let's go there. There are few screens. The first one is about radio. So let me present how to change values. Once you press, of course you can navigate using roller or buttons. Then once you press button, there are those arrows showing you possible value. That means there is max value, there is no right arrow, and that means that is minimum value, there is no left arrow. Okay, so first is radio mode. I hope this will be possible to automate. I mean, the Lua will read it in radio mode, but for the time being you have to set it manually. Next one is battery display. You can have it in percent or in volts, or you can have it not display at all. Let's go back to percent. I like percentage. Okay, to change the page, you of course press the page. So next one is about model battery model pack. So first one is cell no power level. It's about alarms. I mean, once you power up your rig, there is a short delay when telemetry values stabilize. And in this case, alarms will be triggered. So there is a minimum voltage value which will not trigger those alarms before. You can set it like as low as you want, as high as 2.5. okay, so up to 2.5 volts alarms won't be triggered. Okay, next one is cell calculation, because there is no telemetry value how many cells are in the pack, so we are calculating this. And to my findings, if you have standard LiPo, it's good to have it on 4.3 volts, while if you have this high voltage pack, you should increase to like 4.4 or 4.5 volts, maybe even more, because once you power up your quad, there is a voltage spike for a short moment. Whenever you have trouble, cell number are wrong, just try to increase the cell calculation level to the next step and check if it's working. All right, let's go back to 4.3 and cell volt alerts. That means alerts about your rig, your quad battery. You can have only critical alert or both low and critical. Let's go with both. So it's set now low as 3.7, critical and 3.6. Let's go down to 3.5 and let's go back to dashboard and see how it behaves. Go down with the voltage. So first one is low. So the cell is blinking, and you will hear this, let's say, not very intrusive sound to check. Let's go down even more. Yeah, now it's time to land, so the sound is changing for, you know, more intrusive. You have this bad crit. I will tell you why. This is done because you can be in other module. So if I'm in config and I'm working or I'm doing something, I can still see that something's going on with the power. So you won't kill your LiPo doing something else in other module. Okay, we went to 4. All right, let's go back to config. So those are alerts. There is nifty feature. I mean, if you start to increase your critical, your low will be increased too, because low cannot be lower than critical, right? All right, next page. This is for RC link indicators. So again, critical low, depending on RC link sensor you use to check your RC link quality. Nothing much here, I think. Just set appropriate values. I think for RSSI with FrSky it's like 35, while for Crossfire RQLY grade should be like 70 and 80 for critical and low. Here is a throttle setup. So I will cover this in another video, how to set in OpenTX or HTX this throttle limiter. Once it's set, you can have this indicator what value is set. So first of all, we have to show the toolbox which channel is a throttle. There is auto sensing, so don't worry. Channel 2, channel 1, so it will auto sense your channel. I have throttle on the left, so just move the stick, not too fast, slowly, but you know, with the average speed, and it will be auto sense. So my of course you can change it manually, but there is auto sensing. I'm sorry, it's channel 3. All right, and then we have to show toolbox what is a potentiometer used to change this limiter. So I've got now set it on the potentiometer 2, but it can be 1 or slider, whatever you want. Let me change, yeah, left slider, whatever you want. Let's stay with the potentiometer second one. Okay, and let's go to dashboard. So now you can see what is the value of your throttle limiter. As you can see, full throttle is still full throttle, even it's now 50% of aviable level, right? All right, let's go to config and to the last one page. And there are indicators, the rest indicators. So they are set to telemetry initially. That means all the data, all the settings are based on what telemetry says. First is arm. You saw it when you arm. There's this inverse happening, and the second one is gyro mode. That means acro mode and horizon or stabilized mode. But what to do when there is no telemetry? You can still use it. You can switch your arm to switch. Okay, for now switch is none, but there is also auto sensing. So for example, if I have my arm switch here, I can just switch it Okay, and then I have position and switch auto sensed. Okay, let's stay here. No, sorry, here with mid. So arm will be in up position. Okay, in down position. Ah, by the way, there is a huge misunderstanding. What position is down and what position is up? So this was done in the very early stage of OpenTX. You have to point your switch towards you, and then you can see if switch is down or up. So let me present. With SG, it's obvious it's up. Now we have down. But with those switches, you have to take radio like that, and now you can see if it's up or if it's down. This one is down. Now this is mid and this is up, right? A little bit confusing, because if you put radio like that, the down position is, let's say, up one. But this is to normalize, you know. Otherwise, if switch is somewhere in the back, you won't be able to say which side is up and which side is. So always put the switch towards you to check which position is up and which position is down. Okay, let's go back. So my arm is here in down position, and my gyro mode is on SD. Sorry, switch, go to, and here you have modes, right? Okay, then acro will be up, horizon will be, sorry, horizon will be in mid, and angle will be in down position. All right, let's go to dashboard, and now we have these indicators working with the switch. Let me power down my rig to show you it works without the telemetry. And now it's working with the switches. Telemetry is off, of course. No, right? And arm. Let me reset timer to show you it's working. So which method is better? Well, of course, telemetry. This is information sent back as a feedback to radio from quad. So if quad or plane says it's armed, it's definitely armed. In this method, switch method, you just have confirmation. You just switch the switch and nothing else. Have our rig on. This is info, unfortunately, because Lua doesn't allow to switch VTX channel yet. We are working on that to let you change channel from within Toolbox. Still, for the time being, it's only information. So as you can see, now I have B2 selected, and you can see frequency that is assigned to this channel. Crawling to next one, you can select another one, like here is F4, and here is nifty feature. You can see what is a new channel frequency and the gap between those two. So you can check if they are not too close. So for example, let me see which channel is almost the same. I think it's R7 and yes, and F8. Those names were set arbitrarily by manufacturers, so sometimes two different channels are exactly the same frequency. Like with R7 it's 5880 and F8 is 5880, so it's practically the same channel. So you can check how far from your flying body you are selecting other channel and select the one you want. And that's probably more or less everything, except you can press here page and then you have a list of all bands in all channels with appropriate frequency. Alright, the next one module is sticks commands. Let's go there. So there are those sticks, old ancient time, there are those sticks commands that let you change some quad settings, and they are issued with certain sticks position while quad is disarmed or armed depending on command. So let me check. For example, you can change pit profile. Let me put the OSD to see. Now we have pit 1 selected. So if our radio is mode 2, you have to go to the down left corner with the left stick, shift right stick to the left to pit 1. Then if I shift up, it will be pit 2 and right pit 3. So you can see now what is the position of sticks to issue this command, right? Let's go back to pit 1, and then you have these safe settings to flight controller. So left stick in the left down left corner, a right stick in the right down corner, and settings are saved. What else? Of course, you can have this beta flight or M flight menu. So you need to go left with the left stick and up with the right stick, and you have beta flight or M flight configuration menu. So enter sub menu, right sticks right. If you want to go back, left stick left, etc, etc, right? Another feature is that if the throttle is somewhere else, like on the right side, the commands are quite different. So if you switch with the page, you can see those commands in every TX mode. So in one, to enter beta flight or M flight configuration, you need to go with the right stick to the upper left corner, and then you will enter this configuration. Of course, my radio is now in mode 2, so it won't work. This is set as default in configuration. I mean, if I set in configuration radio mode to 1, going to stick CMD, default will be mode 1. You can change it to check, but default will be what is set in config. So let's get back to radio mode, and then stick CMD, default is mode 2. Okay, let me present the difference on the radio, which has a smaller LCD. So I have my rig with the tracer now, and it's Mambo with the internal tracer. The telemetry is active. So let's go. Long press menu, find a toolbox, and go. So let's go to a dashboard. This is only receiver, so no VTX and no power. When you press a feature to see raw telemetry values, it's presented in the middle because there are no space on the side. You can see there are one RSS or RFMD, but no RXBT, which stands for Quartz LiPo pack voltage, because there is no flight controller connected. Same again, current. This is flight controller telemetry, so not available. Therefore, you will have this no power here. Rest is more or less the same. I mean, the config is the same. Let's scroll through a page. I have my indicators on the switch. So as you can see, let's go to the dashboard. Just a switch. Even there is no flight controller, I can still see what mode I'm in. Difference is that in TBS Mambo operates using Freedom TX, which is a fork of OpenTX, and for some reason sensing of potentiometer doesn't work, so you cannot set throttle limiter. But since Freedom TX is going to be discontinued in, I think, a week or maybe two, and all changes will be transferred to OpenTX and HTX, I will not put my time to repair this. Here's about, of course, you can check the current version number, which is very important because I'm still progressing with development. Alright, another radio. It's XLite, FR2M XLite Pro with my trusty high-range multimodal, so I don't care about these access things. Let me power up my whoop. As you can see, it uses EMU Flight to be exact. So to access tools, here you need to press joystick, long press joystick left. Toolbox. Well, so let's go to dashboard, check what's else. So you can see now telemetry protocol, RC-Link protocol is D16, it's active. No VTX info in FrSky RC-Link, I can't access VTX, but still telemetry sends gyro mode data. So you have this error. If I put my throttle down, it will be acro and
horizon mode, angle mode,
and of course gyro modes. Rest is the same. To access raw telemetry, you press enter. The navigation is slightly different because you need to use joystick. I mean, when you edit value, it will be left right for the next and previous values, and up down to select. And then while you are not in edit mode, left and right switches pages. All right. Okay, last but not least, beta preview of Fly Me to the Moon toolbox for color LCD radios. So I have my Radio Master TX16S with latest developer version of HTX, and my Diaton R349 with the Ghost RC-Link. All right, let's power up.
telemetry recovered.
All right, it's on. So on color radios, you long press sys to access tools, and let's go to tool menu. Right, so short splash to thank you for support. And we have also here this state when there is no telemetry sensor discovered, so you've got this message. So let's set then telemetry. Let's go to main menu, model, go to telemetry tab, discover new sensors, and we got it. It will be different. There is yellow, means it's active. Let's go to toolbox then. All right, here we are. So again, here you can see the VTX info. Now it's on R8 and frequency and power that is transmitting on. Your plane or quad picture and name, TX battery status, and again on the left RC-Link. So we are using RQLY, sorry. And here is this bar showing you level, but additionally you have two small bars with RSNR and RSSI as additional RC-Link indicators. It's not coded properly yet with the Ghost. On the very bottom you've got the link speed. Currently on 250 Hertz. So we see we are using Ghost RC Link. RFMD is normal. It's the same, those two are connected. I mean, normal in Ghost means 250 Hertz, right? And here is the cell voltage, average cell voltage, total cell voltage, and graphical representation of cell number. Let me drop down voltage. It's hard-coded. Now it's hard-coded, you cannot change this. I think it's hard-coded to 3.7 to start low warning. Let me check. Yes, it goes yellow, so it's low level. And let's drop voltage even more. Yes, now it's critical. Alright, one more thing I want to show you. If the VTX is working, indicator. Let me change some VTX settings. So let's go with off, and let's say channel 2, send. So as you can see, channel 2 VTX indicators went red because it's off, 0 milliwatts. Let's change it to 1 milliwatt. Still it's red because 1 milliwatt is just for bench. But then let's go to 100 milliwatts. Bam! Now it's properly transmitting.